Good morning everyone. Well, if you saw my Facebook post yesterday, you'll have seen that we had a bit of a problem with the goats yesterday. And part of it is the ground is just so hard because we've had no rain. The other part is the fence has been left off a few times and some of the goats have learnt, oh, let's test this. So they have tested it, and now there's bits that have fallen down, bits that are disconnected over the other side, gaping big goat-sized holes. The goat net is just not working. I think this one is just too old. It's all falling apart. It's very brittle. There are holes like that everywhere that I've tried to patch, and the goats just find another way out. So yeah, we had all 7 of the goats in the backyard. So we've got most of them on chains except for these 2 little girls, which these 2 will stay around where mum is. So at least this way it's actually easier to get her onto fresh grass that hasn't been manured. So that's really good, because the worm load on the goats is starting to get really high because they've been stuck in the same spot for too long. So it'll give this a chance to actually recover, and hopefully I'll be able to move the net fairly soon. But yeah, we're still having to feed them because the grass just has not recovered yet. But if I move the girls once a day or so, depending on the length of the hose, I'm going to be limited by my hose for my automatic waterer now. It's super important that Mary's got access to water because she's producing milk for the babies. So yes, we've got the 2 mobile houses here that we can drag around the place. The one that Mary's in at the moment will probably get lifted up during strong winds, which is a problem. I'm hoping that one won't, just as I'm hoping the one that Davey's got over there won't. So the other 3 girls, I got Marbella and Laura out the back, and I had them on chains to start off with, but then after the fiasco yesterday, trying to catch the little darlings, Gavin managed to catch Mary and get her onto a lead, and managed to catch Davey and get him back on his chain. Still not quite sure how he managed to get off it. He's a clever goat, that one. We have found that if we cable tie the D-shackles, then they don't come undone as easily. So that D-shackle's cabled, so it won't come undone. But yeah, so I've now got Marbella on a chain, Laura on a chain, Missy on a chain out the back. So those 3 are out the back. So I can keep a close eye on them. I really would prefer to have these 3 out the back because I want to be able to kid share so that I can put Mary somewhere away from the girls at night so that I can then milk her first thing in the morning, and then the kids can have her all during the day. So the girls are 3 months old now, so they're definitely old enough. I could wean them completely, but I don't want to do that. Not yet. But I've got to get more organised and set up for that. I mean, and I could just decide not to separate them and then just milk them anyway. It would just decrease the amount of milk that I got, which isn't tragic. That could work actually. So I could just move these 3 out the back. So just move their houses so I could even put them over there near the wood chips. That'd work. I might aim towards doing that because that way I've got more options for water. So yes, some things to think through. The ground here is just so very, very hard. Gavin seems to have come up with a solution for how we can work this even when the ground is hard. So I'll show you that in upcoming videos when we get it sorted, because the electric net is by far the best option. The problem is this goat net is it's past its use by date. It's just too old. It's become brittle and damaged by the sun. It's not usable anymore. So I'm going to have to, I will actually take the posts out of it because I can reuse those. Replace the one over there that's broken in the green poultry net. So I've got the 2 poultry nets still. And they're probably better at keeping the goats in anyway. Although these ones aren't quite as high. So I may have to invest in some more goat nets at some point. but we'll see. It's a work in progress, but I'm just glad to be getting the girls off that patch of ground because they've just been there too long. But I couldn't move them around mobily with these two little houses when there was all 6 of them in there, because there's 2 little houses just aren't enough. But that'll keep these 3 happy for now. And while these girls are happy to stay with Mum, this works. This works. Having them on chains as well would get really, really confusing because they're likely to all get tangled. So I'm really grateful that they're not needing to be on chains as well. But yes, anyway, that's the update for today. We have a solution for the goats. As you can see, the paddocks are really, really dry. The goats really love hiding under these. I think that's Hope. Hope's under there at the moment. They love hiding under these arches. They don't like me very much. I just have not spent enough time with them. But you can see that's actually the best grass in the entire paddock, I think. I might just move it over a little bit so they're not sitting on the best grass, so they can actually eat it. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? A little bit of shade does wonders. It's actually a decent amount of grass that they can munch on. I'm not quite sure why the girls are going back in there, but they are. Let's see if Mary can reach it. Ah, she can't quite reach it. Might bring her over just a little bit so she can. Anyway, you have a great day. I've got heaps more to do and got to get Gavin to the physio this morning. So yes, anyway, very grateful for the Australian healthcare system because he's got a few injuries in his back there. They've put him on a care plan and he's getting physio treatment we've got 5 sessions for free this year, which is great. So if you've got any injuries, make sure you go to your GP and ask about getting a care plan so you can get 5 free physio sessions. There's a whole heap of other things you can get as well, not just physio. So if you need other things treated, like your feet for podiatry or something like that, the care plans are great. Anyway, that's in Australia. Anyway, you can see she is really happy being on this fresh grass. And I'm really happy having them mobile again. Anyway, you have a great day. Bless you. What's the matter, Jonathan? Where am I going to put them? I'm putting them right here. Right where they are.
Right there?
Yep. Anyway, you have a great day. Bless you.